When it comes to a life path 6, if you view the number itself, it's like a little, almost like a little pregnant belly, right? Because the circle is at the bottom. So life path 6 is all about family, all about love. They're very loving and nurturing number. In the heart of who they are, home is very important, whether that's, you know, their little space, whether it's just a studio apartment, or it's, you know, a big spacious house, whether their family is just their little Pomeranian dog, or they have 6 kids. Home and family is going to be very, very important to them. And so when you, with a life path 6, you're going to have, you know, you're going to walk into their space, and aesthetically it's going to be very beautiful, because aesthetics and beauty is very important to them. So they're all about, not superficially, but it just makes them feel good when they look good, when they have beautiful things to look at around them. And so they're going to be, you know, really into design. It's a great business for a life path 6 is design, interior design, even graphic design. Anything that is really aesthetic is going to be, you know, really aligned with a life path 6. Other like some famous life path 6 would be like Goldie Hawn. Goldie Hawn's a great example of life path 6. She has a beautiful career. She is like 70s or 80s right now, and she looks gorgeous for her age, right? They're the types that will definitely take care of themselves as they age, because that's really important for them. It also can be a little bit of a shadow side that they're a little bit too much of a perfectionist for themselves, and can be a little hard on themselves and the way they present themselves. You know, that's really important, the way they present themselves, and sometimes they can be a little judgmental on themselves. They're really more judgmental to themselves than they are to like the outside world. They hold themselves to a very high standard because they're such perfectionists, internal perfectionists. They don't necessarily hold that everyone else around them to that same standard, but they definitely hold themselves to a standard. And that can be a bit of a shadow side for them, because they can struggle with some self-image problems, especially as they age. Now, Goldie Hawn's a wonderful example of aging gracefully and beautifully. Another example of a life path 6 is Victoria Beckham. She's a beautiful example of a life path 6. She's very family focused, so is Goldie Hawn. Home is very important to them both. And, you know, having aesthetically pleasing things around them. Victoria Beckham's known to be a little hard on herself and her physical appearance. And that's very indicative of a life path 6. It doesn't have to be the rule, but it is a very common challenge that they face. Some really beautiful things about them is that they're very service focused. So they really want to serve and help people around them, you know, have a happy life. They are very much like peacemakers, and having like a balanced, peaceful environment and everyone around them very happy is going to be very important to them. They have a bit of a magnetism to them. So life path 6s, people naturally gravitate towards a life path 6. They have a magnetism or an energy to them that people are very drawn to. Another great example of a life path 6 would be like Ben Affleck. And it makes sense because he, you know, he's the type of person that enjoys being in a relationship, in a marriage. Both of his, you know, previous wives or current wife, very beautiful. And I think that's one of the reasons why, well, we'll get into Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck in the next video.